The Olivia Brown Journalist Finder is just crazy. Let me show you what it found and how it works. I think this will blow you away. This is a real agent. This is not like a made up thing or a hallucinated thing where you go and just say to ChatGPT, hey, give me 10 journalists. No, this is actually doing the hard work. It goes on the websites, it reads articles, it extracts authors, it identifies previous articles of every single author, and it compares it. It compares the topics, all the topics, to this press release that we want to send out to the journalists. So this tool is increasing authenticity in the industry. It makes the stories relevant to these publications. So it's not going to be just, oh, let's send a story to a journalist who writes about lifestyle. Yes, but what type of lifestyle? This tool is analyzing in depth what the journalists are writing about, and then it assesses whether the journalist is right for the press release or not. So let's say we do a demo here with Olivia Brown, where I am let's say this is a story about a hidden button on the planes that can give you more space. Pretty good it's a typical tabloid expert commentary type of campaign. And this worked really well. I mean, I would click on it. People will click on it, and I've seen these kind of stories in the press. So let's say we have a press release about this topic. And what we usually do is we just select the country here. You can target the US, the UK, and some other countries, and say how many publications do you want us to scan and find a relevant journalist in those. So you either select 20 or 40 or 100 publications. The more you select, the more time it will take for our agent to go and find these journalists. And the more, of course, the more expensive the operation will be. But you can just stick to maybe 40, 50 as a typical search. You can do 20, maybe 20 is enough. And I just paste the press release in here and then start journalist research. That's all it takes. Once you do that, then a process will be triggered. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps. And our system will come back with these results. As you can see, this found 2,800 articles that are similar to this. Then it went on all of those articles. It extracted all the authors, and then it found the emails in a database. And then it's out of 800 journalists that wrote about similar topics. Our system only identified 193, right? Which is pretty good. It means it filters out all the ones that are not relevant. And these are the results. Who would write about this topic? Who is most likely to cover this topic? And it selected a few journalists. So if you click on why it has been selected, then it explains why the system selected these journalists. And you can even see the previous articles. Look at this hidden car button, right? Saying it found even phrases that are similar to this story. Look at this. Right? This journalist definitely covers topics similar to this one. And it's spot on in really identified the right one. Let's see this one. So consumer advice and life hacks, exactly like this story. And we can even see their articles, right? This is perfectly relevant to our story. And that's what Olivia does, right? It doesn't make things up. It doesn't make unauthentic things. It really increases the relevancy and authenticity of your campaigns by finding the exact journalists that might want to cover this story. And it also highlights why it has not selected some of the journalists. If we scroll down, you can see we have a few ones that have not been selected. And why has it not been selected? And it says why. It explains, I have not selected these journalists because it's like they write about human rights in this case, right? So this is how it works. This is how Olivia works. It scans through hundreds of journalists and it reads all their past articles and it tries to find the most relevant journalists. This means you will not spam the journalists because you will send them stories that are most likely to be covered by them. And it's a win-win for everyone. Win-win for the journalists, win-win for you as a PR executive who are sending relevant press releases, and it's a win-win for the client who hopefully will get links with stories like these. I hope this helps, and I hope this shed the light on some of the way like Olivia Brown works. There's so many things here. I'm going to show you in a future video how the Olivia agent works from A to Z. There's like a 4 steps process, but I'm going to share this in the next video. I hope this is interesting, and I hope this blows your mind.